Once you understand the concept of relationship in database generally, now we are trying to understand types of relationship in DBMS, Database Management System. There are three types of relationship. First, one-to-one. And second, one-to-many. And third, many-to-many. But before we going deeper into relationship types, there is important thing we all need to know. Every time we are trying to create a relationship between tables, we always involve two things. First one is primary key. The second is foreign key. Primary key. What is primary key? We can define primary key as a column that uniquely identifies each row in table. Because it's unique, the column with primary key cannot accept a duplicate value. Primary key is always exists in each tables. There is almost no table with a primary key column. That's because every table needs an ID and ID cannot be built with a PIM primary key. That's why primary keys always exist in each tables. For example, there is table with column ID as a primary key. Let's say table A. There is column ID as primary key, and the value of first record is 1. The second record is 2, etc. Because the column ID has primary key, we cannot fill the third value with 2 or 1. Why? Because 2 and 1 are already exist. That's what primary key does. And the second is foreign key. What is foreign key? Foreign key is the column that refers to primary key column. Foreign key is like bridge that connect one table to another table. For example, there is table with two columns. Let's say table A with two columns. The first column is ID as a primary key, and another column is description to describe a record. Description here. And also there is another table, let's say table B with three columns. The first one is ID as a primary key, and the second is description to describe a record, and the last column is column, and the last column is foreign key that used to connect another table, in this case table A. So let's say this column is table A, table A ID, and this column can only accept the ID of table A, and this column acts as a foreign key. So without this foreign key column, there is no relationship between tables. So this is what foreign key does. For example, there is table B with ID 1 and table B, there is a second record with ID 2 and the description is blah 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 blah, and I want to connect table B to table A. So we used this foreign key column to connect table B to table A. So in this case, I want to connect this record to this record. So I need to fill table A. So I need to fill table A ID with this ID, and that's it. The relationship between two tables are successfully built.